Well. Good morning, everybody. Fresh off of work. This is for a Big Bow Opinion. Back with another video. Um, Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Like the video, share the video. Most definitely feel free to comment, and let me know what y'all think. And today's video is my opinion of, you know, last night on the YouTube streets. Last night on the YouTube streets proved a lot of what's been being said for the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Man, this guy really tried to bury Kills, man, and he's been going around promoting himself as he's trying to help this man. And literally everything he has done has been to try and save himself. According to his indictment, this guy was indicted 6 months, almost 6 months before Kells ever got locked up. According to his indictment, he was indicted 6 months before Kells ever got locked up. So now a lot of the stuff that we're seeing and we're hearing is starting to make sense. You know what I'm saying? People run with narratives. When you control the narrative, then you can feed the public what you want. When this man got indicted, his case was under seal, but nobody knew he was indicted. But when it came out, it came out after Kells got indicted. When they picked Kells up during the summer of 2019, then it came out about him, which make it seem as if he got indicted after R. Kelly. In all reality, he was indicted way before R. Kelly was. This shit is so crazy, man. This is so crazy. And my whole thing is for people who's on these YouTube streets, man, if you all don't do nothing else, man, if you don't do nothing else, read the indictments, and if you can't read the indictments, comprehend what the people are reading when they're reading the indictment. You don't have to like a certain person. You don't have to deal with this person or that person. But the black and white is important. No matter who's reading the black and white is important. The black and white is going to give you details of individual actions and what an individual did or said or chose to give up. This guy was indicted. He sat down and had lunch with the FBI. They offered him a cigarette. They offered him a beverage. And we've all seen First 48 when defendant gets a cigarette and a Coke. It is over with. He's going to talk. This guy made a deal with the FBI, allegedly. This is my opinion, and this is my opinion only. Other people can think differently. But I feel as though he made a deal with the FBI to conjure up some information or some details or put some things into perspective for the FBI and for a lesser sentence for himself, because it doesn't make sense. This guy goes around on YouTube saying how much money he paid for Kells to have a legal defense when Kells is the artist. Kells is the A side. So I'm looking at this. If Kells is the artist, you going around paying for Kells to have legal defense when you going into court with a public defender. Okay. Now is the part that we have to make it make sense. If me and another person is on a case together, why am I out here fighting for that other person to get better legal representation? If me and this person is on the same case together, why am I fighting for him to have legal representation, but I'm gonna allow myself to go into court with a public defender? That shit don't make sense. And the only way it makes sense is if you done made a deal with the people who picked you up. The only way this makes sense is if you done made a deal with the people who picked you up. How are you fighting for a person that's on the same case with you to have proper legal representation when you're going into court on the same trial with a public defender? You have to make this shit make sense. You guys, everybody, all of these supporters, you all are not stupid. You all are not ignorant. You all just have to have a little common sense. A little common sense can take you a long way. Just ask yourself, if you and another person was on a case together, why would you be fighting for the other person to have proper representation just for you to come into court with a public pretender? It doesn't make sense. And the only way it does make sense is if the person who's trying to help the other person get proper representation is if the other person that's on the case has already made a deal with the federal government. This guy has already made a deal with the FBI. That's why he's not worried about going into court with a public defender, because they already have put an offer on the table for him, and he took the offer. In return for that offer, he has to go out and put the rest of the pieces to the puzzle together as far as where did the money go. So, like I said, people, supporters of this, you all are not crazy. You all are not stupid. And what you guys have to, what you ladies and gentlemen have to do is, you have to take your feelings and emotions out of this, and who you don't like and who you like, all that shit, all that has to go out the window, and you have to start looking at things for what it really is. This guy, the con man, he admitted to stealing this man's stuff. He stole it, he took it, he was not given permission to have it, and in the midst of him doing that, he also implemented Kale's best friend, Keith, which would try and cause a conflict between Kales and Keith, as if Keith is in on whatever it is that he has planned to do with Kale's assets. And now Kale's gonna be like, well, damn, Keith, I thought we was boys. I ain't gonna, that's gonna cause a problem. Like, you supposed to be my boy, and I'm not fucking with this dude, and you out here having dealings with him and being implemented in whatever it is that he's trying to do with my assets when I ask for my shit back. And this man clearly said he's not giving it back. He clearly said that he's not giving Kales his shit back. Now, why is you holding another man's assets hostage? For what? What are you trying to gain from it? What do you have to gain from it? And this is not, and I'm going to tell people one thing about this shit. This is not nothing that people is saying. This is not hearsay. This is coming straight from the horse's mouth himself. This is coming from the horse's mouth himself. This guy has went around and talked so goddamn much to where he have talked and told everything that he have done and everything that he is trying to do. It's so goddamn ridiculous. If you didn't catch Hollywood Next last night, if you didn't catch Dana J last night, I suggest you go back and listen to those interviews back to back. You listen to those interviews back to back because it put everything that Don has done into perspective. We normally would say allegedly, but when you go and listen to those two interviews and they put everything back to back alongside with the federal government, man, this dude has tried to bury chaos. He went on there on Choke No Joke and said he hadn't done this, he hadn't done that. When the federal government, everything this dude said he hadn't done, the federal government in his indictment said he did do it. He admitted to doing it. But then he come on the YouTube streets trying to throw diversions and having people not listening to this person, listening to that person, want to throw people off track with other bullshit that he's doing. When the whole time he's already admitted to the shit that he's saying other people are out here doing. That's what he's done. That's what he's done. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this guy, Don Russell, is so careless and he's so goddamn selfish to the point to where he don't care about nobody but himself. He knows that he's a federal informant. But he's going around on people's platform doing things that could potentially bring other people up on charges. He's carrying around Kel's assets. He's letting other people touch Kel's assets, which he's implementing other people by, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, on the streets, if someone's selling stolen merchandise and you buy it and you get caught with it, you can get in trouble for receiving stolen goods. You should not have no dealings with anything that has been taken from someone without that person's permission. This guy Dunn, he don't give a fuck about nobody but himself. Because if he did, he would not allow other people to implement themselves in what he has going on. He would not allow other people to implement themselves in what he has going on. But that's not what he's doing. He's going around to these people, using these people's platform to further get more people looked at. He's going around dropping names. He's going around, he's pretty much dry snitching without looking like he's snitching. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is so crazy, man. This man is more important to Kells being locked up than their surviving R. Kelly, man. What's up, Alicia? This dude, Don Russell, is more important to Kells being locked up than that surviving R. Kelly shit could ever be. This dude is the reason why Kells is locked up. According to his indictment, he is the reason why Kells is locked up. Now, people ain't gotta like Dana. Y'all ain't gotta like Hollywood Next. Y'all ain't gotta like Levi. Y'all ain't gotta like Sharon. Y'all ain't gotta like none of these people. Y'all ain't gotta like Debo. Y'all ain't gotta like me. You ain't gotta like Miss Lady T. You ain't gotta like Sky Zone. You ain't gotta like Prima Donna. But what you gonna have to respect is you gonna have to fucking respect that paperwork. That black and white is not gonna lie. That is his statement. What Hollywood Next read last night was Don Russell's statement, was Don Russell's involvement, and how he was able to pay for that studio and all of those things. Go to Dana J Live from last night, and he will show you where Rob assets, money-wise, was deposited into the same account that's involved in the indictment. You don't have to like these people, but everybody, all of these channels, a lot of these channels that I just named, each channel brings something different that you can take from it. And you have to take a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there, and you have to be able to put it together. But don't let your dislike for a person be the reason why you miss out on key and important information. Because the information is out there. The gig is up. According to the indictment, Don Russell is the sole reason why Kells is locked up. His actions led to this man the bail, having a sequestered jury, the Jane Doe, the alleged accusers being changed to Jane Doe's in the paperwork, all based off of his actions and threatening tactics that he did to the alleged accusers, man. And this is so fucked up because this guy, Don himself, is out here putting on a hell of a show as if he was doing so much to help Kels when the whole goddamn time he had his knee on Kels' neck like the officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck the whole goddamn time. Man, this is so crazy. But, see, a person like me, I am an observer. I sit around and I observe. When people are playing recordings, I listen. When people are reading indictments, I listen. In the recording that I heard the other night, he himself, and I'm going to say allegedly, but he himself made the statement while on a recording that if Kels go free, he's going to come after us. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Now, it all makes sense why he would feel like Kels would come after him or whoever else is involved with taking his shit. Because they understand they have took Kels' shit, and if Kels become free, a lot of the shit that happened, a lot of the shit that people have been doing while he's incarcerated, as far as his assets and things of that nature, those people are gonna have to face the music. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They want us to not listen to Levi. They want us to not listen to Dana. Not listen to Prima Donna. They want us to not listen to Sky Zone. They want us to not listen to Casey. They want us to not listen to nobody that wasn't in the indictment, but all of these people named who has came up in the indictment, some of these other channels who has came up in the indictments, those are the channels that so-called some of these supporters want you to go out and follow. Who would, in their right mind, will go and follow people who has been in the indictment? Let me see what Alicia said. That's why they hate Dana, because he's putting out the facts and they hate it. Right, that's it. I mean, that's it, that's all. And like I said, you ain't gotta like Dana J, but you can't take away from the information that this guy has put out. They went on there trying to say, oh, he informed because he knew this, he knew that. Don Russell ass knew the whole time that he was indicted before Kels even got indicted. Did he say not one time that them people had indicted him? Hell no. He gonna say that he went and had lunch with them people. Don't no goddamn criminal go have lunch with no motherfucking FBI unless they getting ready to fucking tell something. Come here, let me show you something. Did you know this? Did you see this? Oh, I can show you here. I can show you there. This man working at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle, but he's sitting up here talking about how much money he didn't funded R. Kelly with. Come on, man. If y'all out there, if it's a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle near your location, maybe you need to go apply for them, because apparently the shit that I'm doing and the shit that y'all done is not getting the job done. Not getting the job done. This man working at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle dropping that bag out here. I mean, he funding a tour. This dude funding tours and everything from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. I'm trying to make sure it makes sense of this shit. This man then bought a studio and everything, and then the shit's so crazy in the indictment, man. They even got all the dumbass shit he did, trying to change the IP addresses, changing the accounts, and doing all type of criminal ass shit, and got caught, because one thing about this internet and these phones, computers, anything of that nature, it leaves a trail. You can't hide yourself when it comes to cell phone technology, any of that shit. You cannot hide from the shit that you do. You cannot hide from what you do. This guy, man, solely, bro. I feel sorry for Kels, and you see, and one thing people have to think back. Just go back. He didn't have a problem with Greenberg until Greenberg came out and spoke and said that he is not connected to Mr. Kelly. He said Greenberg made the statement say a lot of these people have self-appointed themselves positions surrounding Mr. Kelly's lifestyle. He said a lot of these people have self-appointed positions, meaning that Kels didn't give them those positions. They made them positions themselves. Alicia, he's Facebook said he go on these platforms and they never talk or ask him about his indictment. It's always about Dana to throw the attention off. And right, that's what he going. I'm gonna tell you, man. That's why. See, my whole issue why I stopped going to Choke page, because when I went to Choke page, Choke was coming on there. He was cool. He tell people you can't come on my platform if you don't show your face. So my whole thing was when he said you can't come on your platform without showing your face. Why would you? And there's nothing against Sharon. Nothing against Sharon. But why would you allow Sharon to come on your platform if your policy is if you don't show your face, you can't come on my platform? But it was all strategic planning. He brought Sharon on his platform just for what happened to her to happen, for her to get attacked by these people out here who's trying to downplay what's really going on. He also tell Dana J, don't be on my platform disrespecting women, but then he allowed Don Russell to disrespect Sharon. So I'm trying to understand where this brother was coming from. I have no problem with the brother, but I'm a man before I'm anything. And if you say this is your word and you're standing on it, how do it work for some but don't work for all? That's all I'm trying to understand. That's all I'm trying to understand. That's all I'm trying to understand. She ain't gonna let off because what he did was wrong. What Choke did, he shouldn't allow that woman to be attacked like that. Just like when these people attack Dana, if Dana responds, then he cut Dana off, dropped Dana off the panel. And this is all I'm saying is, and I also talked to my brother Dana. I say, Dana, you have a lot of emotion, and he would tell you that. He say, no, bro, it ain't my emotion. I say, well, Dana, it may not be your emotion. I say, but your passion for what you're doing is coming off as emotion because you know that you're telling the truth, but you have someone on the other side that is saying you're lying. So that will frustrate you to the point to where when you expressing yourself, it may comes off as emotion, but all you're trying to do is state your point. But then you have people that don't want your voice to be heard because what you're speaking is against what they're trying to prove. What it speaks against what they're trying to prove. So I understand that you may not be emotionally attached like that, but your passion for what you're doing, it comes off as emotion to other people. And I respect you for what you do, brother, because guess what? For 2 years, you've been on this dude's ass, and everybody that was calling you a lie, all they have to do is go get his fucking indictment, read his fucking indictment, and everything you fucking said is in his fucking indictment. Point blank, period. He was indicted before Kels. He was indicted before Kels, and he sat around and he went out here, like you said, Brother Dana J. He went and built the RICO for the FBI by bringing in people to do certain acts as far as bribe witnesses, blow up cars. He did the gun threat himself. At least he had enough nuts to do one crime himself. So all I'm out here saying is, when is the black and white going to be the final say-so? Not a blogger, not this blogger, not that blogger. Let the black and white lead the direction. let the black and white lead the direction. Let the black and white. If you follow the black and white, I'm not, Debo. I mean, I really don't know what to say when it comes to Debo. Because I like Debo because he have passion, but at the same time, he do what he do. But Debo have to really look at this situation for what it is now. Because, and this is to my brother Debo, this fucking dude knew he was under indictment when he came and did that interview with Debo. And then he brought all that fucking stolen merchandise to Debo crib. Man, that dude, that could get Debo in trouble. That dude didn't care about DeBoSki. He went to Debo crib with all that fucking stolen merchandise and showing it on the stream with Debo in the stream holding the shit. And this dude already knew he was already under indictment. You feel me? That dude didn't give a damn about that. Dude only care about himself. He didn't tell Debo he was indicted already. And I'm quite sure if he would have told Debo, man, I'm already indicted, man. They just waiting to get robbed, this, that, and the third. Man, Debo wouldn't have had that man in his crib. I believe that Debo wouldn't have had him in his crib if he knew that Don was under indictment already. But Don's whole thing was going around trying to discredit what Dana was saying. Dana been telling people that this dude wasn't right, wasn't to be trusted. Steve Greenberg came out and said that he has no connection with Kels as far as a relationship-wise, and he was a self-appointed, whatever he called himself. And he said a lot of these people that was around involved in Kels' life had self-appointed positions. But then when Steve Greenberg said that, Don Russell say Steve got to go. He got to get the hell up out of here because he's causing problems with what he was trying to do. This shit is crazy, 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 crazy. But all I can say is follow the black and white, man. Follow the black and white, and it would tell you Debo helped in the attack and instigated. I mean, I'm quite sure he did, because at the end of the day, I look at shit. I look at it like this, Faces, and if you think about it, a lot of these people been around chasing relationships. Who got the closest relationship to Kels? When this shit first broke to YouTube, Dana J came out saying he was Kels' mentee. Guess what? A bunch of people flocked to Dana J because they felt like Dana J had a relationship with Kels. Once Levi came out and said R. Kelly was his cousin, a bunch of people flocked to Levi because guess what? They thought that Levi could get them closer to Kels. When Don Russell came to YouTube with the bullshit talking about he was R. Kelly manager, a gang of people flocked to Don Russell because they felt like Don Russell could get them closer to Kels. These people been chasing relationships with Kels since this YouTube shit started. Just think about it. All you have to do is just sit back and think about it. Just sit back and think about it. Everybody, when Sharon came out and said she was the nutritionist, people flocked over there because they felt like they were just chasing who had the closest relationship to Kels. And that's what they were doing. Miss Diva said, just think about who are the ones that targeted Dana when Don gets in hot water. Exactly. It's a lady on Debo platform that says she know R. Kelly personally, and that's when he attacked. See, that's what I'm telling you, all you have to do is sit back and look at the people who say they have a relationship with Kels and watch how the fucking supporters just flock to those different directions. See, in the beginning when Dana was the receipt man, everybody was loving Dana. Everybody was loving Dana J when he was the receipt man. Oh, Dana J the receipt man. Everybody was in love with Dana J. Then Dana J had a fallout. That's they know Brother Levi came on saying Kels his cousin. A lot of people flocked over to Levi. That's when Sharon came about. When Sharon came out, Sharon was the news. Man, get them lights up, man. I know ain't never 12 people in here watching. If you're in the bushes, come out in the bushes. Give your boy Big Vibe a like, because guess what? I'm going to speak it to you real from my opinion. I ain't going to tell you nothing else but what it is. Point blank period, man. Fucking Don Russell. Fuck the surviving R. Kelly shit was fucked up too. But Don Russell was the whole fucking. According to his indictment, this dude was a lifetime docu-series himself. This dude was a lifetime docu-series himself, man. This shit is crazy, man. What he did was fucked up, bro. What he did and what he's doing is fucked up. What he did and what what he did to Kels and what he's doing to Kels is fucked up, man. This dude right here, bro. This dude literally sat here, man. He's literally been sitting here the whole time, stealing Kels shit, and then on top of stealing Kels shit, feeding them to the wolves. I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. So I just got in for work, man. I just got off of work. I know some of y'all headed to work, so make sure I got my key. I got it. I'm headed to work, man. If y'all didn't catch Hollywood Mix live last night, I think y'all gonna do follow that Hollywood Mix live with the day-to-day lives, and I swear to God, man, y'all gonna be like, what's this for? That's what I call Hollywood Mix and picture of the sun and day-to-day practice. And keeping his name alive and bringing awareness to a lot of the crookedness. And that's all I got to say. Hail Mary, say, I'm sick of hearing about the dollar for the king and the sabotage before it got off the ground. Right. They had to, but the reason why the dollar for the king and anything positive like that was killed because they didn't want Kels to have any type of way defending himself. So they had to try and kill everything that could help him. That's why they were so against it. And the people that was against it, you can only you can't do nothing but say they was down with Dunn. They intentionally did it. You just, I would say they was innocent, but at this point, the way I'm looking at things, man, everything that I seen was done knowingly. So I'm about to let you guys go and see you all later. Big Val Opinion signing out.